Hello everyone, welcome to MediaNama. A recent copyright case in the Delhi High Court has been dealing with an interesting question of whether street art or murals in public spaces can be copyrighted. Now, Start India Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, has been investing in incorporating art in urban spaces. They have filed a lawsuit against a company called Aqua General Insurance for using a fellow artist, Paola Delphin's murals in their advertisements. We have with us MediaNama journalist Vallari Sansgiri, who will tell us about the developments in the case and why this case is unique in terms of copyright cases and other details. Hi, Vallari.
Hi,
Could you give us
Saraswati.
a hi? Could you give us a rundown of the case before we go into the specifics of it?
Yeah, so this case was filed around February. Um, or I think the discussion between the two parties started around February and then it progressed into a court case. What basically happened was Start India Foundation, which is an organization that basically tries to incorporate art into urban spaces, had it was in a contract with the Mexican painter or muralist Paola Delphin, as you called her. And they had made this mural in a place in Mumbai called Sassoon Docks. Now, Sassoon Docks is a place where a lot of art festivals also take place from time to time. So the mural was sort of set up in a very public area in in that dock area. And Acco General Insurance had taken an image of that mural basically and used it for their advertisement for a campaign that they were using. And I think it was something along the lines of welcome change that they had sort of put up a hoarding with the mural in it. And Start India Foundation had asked them to take down this hoarding and all other related social media posts because their argument was that the intention of the mural, and it was called humanity, the intention of it was more of a moral ethical side where they wanted to bring this aspect of humanity in the forefront, whereas the company was using it for their commercial campaign. So that was
Hmm.
the basic argument that they had. Aqua General Insurance had their own argument about why they were justified in keeping the hoarding as it was. And it started with the conversation between the two parties, and then Start India Foundation took this to the court and asked that the hoardings and related social media posts be taken down.
Right. So, in what ways is this case different from other copyright cases?
So, like I mentioned, the mural is in a very public area. Now, what ACO General has said is that they are not committing copyright infringement over here because under the Copyright Act, there are certain exceptions wherein it is said that it cannot be considered an infringement of a person's copyright if they have followed these provisions. Now, one of those provisions is Section 52(1)(t), which basically says that the making or publishing of a painting, drawing, engraving, or photograph of a sculpture or other artistic work falling under subclause 3 of clause C of section 2, if such work is permanently situated in a public space or any premise to which the public has access. So basically, what it said was that if the work of art is in a public space and it's permanently placed in that public space, then it's okay for them to use that art however they want. So, in that respect, the case sort of brings to light the fact that there are these certain niches within the exceptions provisions that we don't really consider. So, most people, when they see a work of art, they just take a photo, not really considering the copyright infringements or exceptions over here. And companies, to protect themselves, they obviously consider what the exceptions are. And this case sort of brings in the overlap of these things of how something being permanently situated or not, that is also something that can influence a copyright infringement or a copyright claim over here. So in that respect, the fact that this case brought out this sort of more ambiguous, for lack of a better word, more ambiguous aspect of these copyright provisions, that is sort of what is unique about this case.
Also, like deriving from what you talked about the exemptions under the Copyright Act, does this case suggest that there are certain limitations to the use of artworks, even if it is installed in a public space? Like, and what are these limitations? For example, the distinction between commercial and non-commercial use, the permanence of an artwork. What did the court say about this?
So now what Start India said was that the company is using for this for a commercial purpose, whereas what Start India did was made it for was not a commercial intention but more of an artistic intention. So again, limitation in the sense it sort of highlights how the purpose for which an artwork is being used also impacts how uh, the copyright infringement aspect will
Hmm.
uh, chart out. So, Start India Foundation has also claimed these things called moral rights,
Hmm.
moral copyright. So, basically, saying that they also have a moral right to the intention of that artwork, and saying that Aqua General Insurance, without asking for our permission, cannot just go and use the mural as they want. And again, permanence. Now, Start India Foundation again has said that the mural is not permanently over there. They will be removing the artwork later on. So, again, what exactly does the word permanence mean in a public area? It sort of puts all of that into perspective.
Right. And what's the key question that the court is left to examine in this case? And when will
So,
it be heard next?
so the case is being handled by Justice Pratibha Singh, and her after hearing the case, what she decided was hoarding at least definitely should would count as a form of advertisement, and it is being done for commercial use. So that at least they had asked that the hoarding be taken down. Aqua General Insurance on their part had said that they had already taken down the hoarding after talking with the foundation,
Hmm.
but they are also willing to take down the social media posts, which they are now doing as far as I know. What the court further wants to figure out is whether the general insurance company's argument that fair use still applies over here for them, even though they are using
Hmm.
it for a commercial purpose, whether or not this claim of the insurance company should stand or not. That is something that the court wants to take a closer look at, because they feel that this would affect the interpretation of the copyright law later on. So that is something that they are focusing on right now. The case, I think it's supposed to be heard next year around February 2, 2024. That's when the case will be heard next. But for now, at least in the interim time, the company has agreed to take down all the artwork related to that was used in their advertisements and posts. So that's what where the case stands right now.
All right. Thank you, Valerie, for highlighting the key points in this case. For our viewers, if you're interested in reading about more such copyright cases, do check out our website, medianama.com, and follow our YouTube channel for similar explainers and quick takes. Thank you.